Welcome to NarrativeNook where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening. With so many clothes, shoes, and handbags, including those given by her parents and Romeo, even if she wore a different outfit every day, it would take her years to get through them all. Oh right, there are still more on their way. We'll hurry up with the cleaning and ironing. He doesn't have to do this. Arabella felt somewhat guilty, sorry for the trouble. All these clothes would surely require a lot of manpower to clean and iron. No trouble at all, it's our honor to iron clothes for you. The maid laughed. Mr. Griffith really spoils you. He truly cares for you. I know. Arabella replied with a faint smile. I can see that and feel it. Miss Collins, you're a good person too. We're glad you're here and hope you'll visit often. Arabella nodded. The maid bowed with a smile and returned to her tasks. Looking up at the sky painted by the evening glow, Arabella suddenly felt how wonderful it was to have a family. After a while, all the lights suddenly went out, plunging the entire garden into darkness. Even the mansion was pitch black. From a distance, a maid called out, "Did we use too much electricity and cause a power outage?" Looking at the garden filled with twinkling lights, starlights, moonlights, lights of all shapes, Arabella figured it was probably an overload causing a circuit breaker to trip. While it was not yet completely dark, she decided to stroll around the garden a little longer. Suddenly, the entire garden and the villa lit up again, casting a warm light. Joyful music came from the rock-shaped speakers. 7 Santas were dancing and singing cheekily, carrying red gift bags and walking towards Arabella. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. As surprised as Arabella was, she also felt touched, a smile spreading across her face. The 7 Santas sang and held hands, circling around her. Outside the circle of Santas was a group of maids dressed as elves, also holding hands and singing. After finishing the first song, they switched to another. Jingle bells, jingle all the way, oh what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. They let go of each other's hands, dancing joyfully in front of Arabella. Arabella was amused by their performance. She recognized the 7 Santas as her father, mother, uncle Hans, Chaucel, Clark, and David. How did they find the time to stand before her and surprise her like this? Arabella's eyes started to well up. When the music stopped, everyone shouted in unison, "Bella, Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. Are you surprised? Are you happy?" Before Arabella could respond, she was lifted and tossed into the air by her 4 brothers. Their hands formed a safety net, catching Arabella as she fell, and then tossing her up again. Okay, stop tossing her so high, you're going to scare her. Put her down. Louisa, fearing Arabella might be frightened, hurriedly commanded. The brothers set Arabella down. Arabella couldn't help but giggle at their costumes, particularly the white beards. Snowflakes were cascading down, making the scene even more magical, as if straight out of a fairy tale. Hans gazed at his sister with affection. When David came up with this idea, I thought it was boring, and I kind of rejected it when he forced me to wear this white beard. But now, seeing you laugh, I think I might keep it on just to see you smile more. Shoo, stop being so cheesy. David playfully pushed Hans away, then grinned at Arabella. So sis, what do you think of my idea? It's pretty silly. Arabella chuckled, but it's a nice surprise. I love it. Thanks, Hans, Chaucel, Clark, David, and Mom and Dad, and Uncle Samson. When Arabella wasn't being aloof, she had the most beautiful smile. The brothers made a mental note to make her laugh more often. Her laughter was therapeutic, infecting everyone around her with joy. Sweetie, no need to thank us. Chaucel affectionately ruffled Arabella's hair, instigating protests from the other brothers. Stop messing up Bella's hair. Bella, let David help you. Hands off, did you wash your hands? Bella, my hands are the cleanest. I'm a forensic scientist, always disinfecting. Who's the cleanest of us all? Don't you know that? Hans attempted to keep fixing Arabella's hair. Where's Sean? Louisa suddenly asked. Where did he go? He never answers his phone or replies to messages. Bella's been back for half a year, and he hasn't even shown his face or called. Mom, Sean's busy, Hans quickly covered, I'll talk to him later. Isn't it better with one less person accompanying Bella? Chaucel took the opportunity to smooth out a lock of Arabella's hair with his hand, only to be swatted away by Clark. I've just created a group chat and purposely didn't add Sean Collins. Let him regret it. David was smirking when Louisa asked, puzzled, what group chat? Why wasn't I added? Kenneth also checked his phone, I'm not in it either? David, that's not right. We're all family, and you're creating separate groups. Samson took on the authoritative tone of an uncle, add me in. It's a chat for us siblings. It wouldn't be appropriate with you all in it, David chuckled. With all the grown-ups around, Bella wouldn't dare to joke around. It'll make her uncomfortable. Hearing this, Hans seemed to have caught on. Did you add Serena as well? No. David hastily replied. The vibe would be different with her around. Do you think it's necessary, Hans? If you think Serena should be in the group, I can create another one and add the rest of us. At that time, he could always remain silent in the group. He would stay active in Bella's group chat. Serena had been overthinking things recently anyway. If they were all in the same group and they joked around with Bella, Serena might get upset. Plus, they were quite fond of posting pictures with Bella. If Serena saw those, she'd definitely think they were doing it on purpose. No need, I don't have that much time to chat. Serena has a lot of exams coming up, don't disturb her. With Hans' words, everyone immediately understood what he meant. Did you invite Serena today? Samson suddenly asked. David became confounded. Uncle Samson, how could we ask her to come and surprise Bella? That would be like stabbing her in the heart, right? Girls tend to overthink. If she thinks we're all revolving around Bella and neglecting her. If she thinks we play favorites, then no matter what we do, she'll think that way. I just hope that she's an adult now. She should be able to understand some things on her own, Hans declared. Louisa looked a bit helpless. Actually, all of this was just a coincidence. Bella was called by a friend to help with a medical issue, and we didn't expect her to run into her grandma and Uncle Samson here. And your dad and I also didn't expect to run into her. Since they had run into each other, as an uncle, naturally, he would want to take his niece around to see the sights. Adding Christmas Eve and Christmas Day coming up, there was no reason for everyone to go back home and spend it with Serena alone. All right, enough of that. Didn't you prepare gifts to give to Bella? Who's going first? Samson led the inquiry. Hans always had his own air about him. He suggested, by seniority. First, the parents, then the uncle, and lastly the brothers. Louisa took out a gift box from a red gift bag. As Arabella looked, even the wrapping paper was embedded with crystals. Actually, this kind of wrapping paper was quite common in the upper 10, usually composed of 10,000 crystal-clear crystals, but this gift was quite large, probably using no fewer than 20,000. Why don't you open it and see if you like it? Louisa looked at Arabella expectantly. The Christmas-themed planners standing by had long since arranged for a few well-known photographers to capture this scene. They planned to make it into a video for them to keep as a souvenir later. Here's Dad's too. Kenneth also pulled out a large gift box from the gift bag. Arabella opened it. Kenneth had gifted her a deed to a private island, and Louisa gifted her the largest castle-themed amusement park in the world, which covered areas like a fairy tale hotel, fairy tale restaurant, dream wheel, etc. It's fair to say it was priceless. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Arabella said, moved. I love them. This is a little something from me. Samson took out a luxurious gift box from the gift bag. Inside was a property deed and a key. This house was located in the most expensive area of Zion City, covering more than 6,000 square meters, a place that could be ranked among the world's luxury villas. According to the current market price, it was already worth over $100 million. Bella, this is my gift to you, a private yacht. The yacht boasted a gigantic helicopter pad, hundreds of rooms, a movie theater capable of accommodating hundreds of guests, 2 swimming pools, an oversized garage, and the list went on. The interior decoration was luxurious and beautiful, with a total value of $20 million. Thank you, Hans. Arabella accepted the gift but felt overwhelmed by its extravagance. Bella, This is a small token from me and Myrna." Chaucel stepped forward, handed Arabella a gift box, his gaze filled with adoration and warmth. Inside the box was the deed to a private jet, bearing Arabella's name. All the paperwork, including the registration, airworthiness certificate, radio station license, and insurance, have all been taken care of. Chaucel's gaze was affectionate as he gently explained, "The interior of the plane was decorated by Myrna. You should love it." "Thank you, Chaucel and Myrna. I originally wanted to get you a yacht, but thought it might be too oversized. So, I went for a custom yacht instead. It comes with a missile defense system, armored protection, a laser system to prevent paparazzi from taking unauthorized photos, and all guest rooms are fitted with bulletproof glass. It's very safe." Given his sister's status, Clark specifically customized this yacht for her safety. Don't be fooled by the smaller size of the yacht compared to the cruise ship. It's worth a fortune, and the operating cost was jaw-dropping. He leaned in to whisper in Arabella's ear, "It's also from Carol." "Thank you." Since Carol hasn't been introduced to the family, Arabella hadn't thanked Carol in person. "Bella, my gift might seem a bit mundane to you." David handed over a gift box, "But these are my treasures." Inside the box were keys to 3 sports cars, along with their documentation. One was a Hennessy Venom GT, one of only 10 in the world, worth $7 million. The second was an SSC Tuatara, worth $5 million. The third was a custom Aston Martin, also worth $5 million. "These 3 cars are my favorites. I haven't driven them even once since buying them." He treasured them greatly. But now he was handing them over to his sister because he believed she would look cooler driving them than he ever could. "Thank you, David. As long as you like them, I will get you more in the future." David had just put his arm over his sister's shoulder when the other brothers swatted his hand away. "Back off." Suddenly, the night sky lit up with dazzling fireworks. "Bella, look." These fireworks were specially customized for her by her brothers, bearing various messages. "Welcome home." "Merry Christmas Eve." "Merry Christmas." "Bella, be happy." "Stay healthy and safe." Although these were common blessings, they held special meaning for Arabella. Because Arabella loved marigolds, many of the fireworks burst into the pattern of these flowers. There was a young woman standing amidst a field of sunflowers. Gazing at the spectacular fireworks, many of the maids were taken aback. Miss Collins is truly blessed to have such a loving family around her. In the grand finale of the firework display, scenes of 5 brothers and a sister were depicted. One brother holding an umbrella for the sister, another bending down to tie her shoelaces, one making her laugh, another presenting her with a bouquet, and the last one wielding a sword, seemingly protecting her. The images vanished quickly with the smoke in the night sky, but Arabella's heart was deeply touched. "Thank you, Hans, Chaucel, Clark," David, Arabella added, "and Sean." "Why thank him? We just included him to make up the numbers," said David, causing Arabella to burst into laughter. "All right, let's not stand around here. Let's go eat," Sampson suggested with a smile. "Tonight's wine is personally selected by Bella." "Really? Then I'll drink it all. None of you can fight me for it," declared David. "Do you think you can handle it?" Hans chuckled. "Don't frighten Bella by getting drunk." "Hans, how could you belittle me in front of Bella? Last time it was the vodka that made me, you know." As everyone walked towards the house, joking and laughing, Arabella quietly retreated to Clark's side, queried in a low voice, "Clark, you are here. What about Carol?" "I've left a few trusted people to watch over her. If something happens, they'll call me. After dinner, I'll go back. But there's a 12-hour time difference delay from here. By the time he returned, Christmas Eve would be over. Before I came here, I spent the evening with her," Clark said, affectionately ruffling his sister's hair. "Thanks to the time difference, when I return, I'll just be in time to celebrate Christmas with her. There would be nothing to miss in this way. I'm worried about you taking these non-stop trips like this." "I'm more than happy to spend time with both you and Carol. I don't mind the travel at all," Clark reassured her, seemingly knowing what she was thinking. "What about Romeo? Hasn't he come to see you?" "I was wondering where Bella has been," said David, suddenly appearing between them and deliberately separating them. "What were you two talking about?" "Nothing," Clark and Arabella said in unison. David looked surprised, as if they had prearranged their answer. Even the dessert, including the tarts, was shaped like reindeer, with ruby noses. Each one cost 100,000. After-dinner fruits were also Christmas-themed. Everyone sat down to eat, making toasts. The atmosphere was warm and happy. Not far from the villa, Romeo parked his car. Surrounded by snow-covered trees. He stood among the snow, the spotless white contributed to a picturesque scene. Concerned, his driver opened an umbrella over Romeo's head. Unaware of the situation, he wondered who Mr. Macmillan was waiting for. Romeo had just watched a grand fireworks display and knew that Bella was happy, surrounded by her family, so he didn't text her. Instead, he quietly waited. "Mr. Macmillan, did you make an appointment with a business partner? Why don't we wait in the car?" It was too cold outside. The driver was shivering despite his warm suit. Romeo, looking at the brightly lit villa in the distance, replied softly, "No, it's okay. Get back in without me." He wanted to look a little longer, wait a little more. Bella had promised to spend time with him today, even if it was just a bit while. Standing outside the villa, Serena allowed her tears to fall in silence, a melancholy smile tugging at the corners of her mouth. Tonight was Christmas Eve, and she had taken a 12-hour flight just to reconnect with her family. She knew her parents had kept a secret from her, bringing Arabella to visit their grandmother and uncle. She knew she was not welcome here. She knew everyone would rather not see her. But she came anyway, driven by an affection built over 18 years. She wanted to bridge the gap between her and her parents, her uncle, her grandmother. But as she rushed to the villa, she heard laughter and the sound of merry songs coming from the garden. In the distance, a group of Santa Clauses and dozens of elves were singing and dancing around a girl. There was no need to guess who that girl was. Serena had planned to let bygones be bygones and join the fun, pretending her heart wasn't breaking. But then, the fireworks that burst into the night sky, each word they spelled, deeply pierced her heart. "Welcome home. Merry Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas. Bella, be happy. Stay healthy and safe." Every single word was a sign of care and blessings for Arabella. Not a single word was meant for her. Everyone centered around Arabella, trying their best to make her happy. Nobody cared about the feelings of her, the adopted daughter. As the fireworks painted the night sky, they formed marigolds, Arabella's favorite flower. Everyone in the family knew Arabella loved marigolds. The brothers had even planted a bunch of them at Reflections Villa. In the night sky, the marigolds became a sea of flowers, with a long-haired girl standing in the midst of them. In the finale of the fireworks display, there were scenes of 5 brothers and a sister. One brother holding an umbrella for his sister, one bending down to tie his sister's shoelaces, one bending over to make his sister laugh, one presenting his sister a bouquet of flowers, and another holding a sword as if to protect his sister. This scene deeply hurt Serena. Did all her brothers only see one sister? What about her, Serena? She wasn't allowed to be part of their lives, and now, she didn't even have a place in the fireworks display? Tears once again rolled down Serena's face, her smile growing more bitter and her heart heavier. Her parents and brothers had always reassured her that they considered her part of the family and would treat her the same as before. But now, everyone had kept her in the dark while they secretly prepared such an extravagant surprise for Arabella, leaving her alone at home. How could they? How could they be so unfair? Was the 18 years of affection all just a sham? Could it really not compare to the blood relation? It must have been Uncle Sampson's idea. There wasn't a single servant in the garden, and they must have gone inside to dine, joining in the gaiety. Serena pushed open the intricately carved gate, alone walking in the garden. She remembered, when she was in elementary school, one winter break, she had come here. Just like now, it was snowing then, spotless snowflakes drifting endlessly. The garden was so vast that she couldn't see the end of it. She ran around in the garden for a long time, even throwing snowballs at her uncle. Her uncle would play along, smiling gently, looking at her with indulgent eyes. That moment was so beautiful, all the maids were smiling, saying that Samson liked her the most, and she was the only one in the world who dared to throw snowballs at him. Another year, in the autumn, she came with her parents to visit her uncle, picking numerous precious flowers and plants from the garden. Back then she didn't know the value of those plants. She just thought they were pretty. Louisa scolded her, but Samson indulgently said, "It's nothing. As long as Serena likes them, the whole garden, even the whole villa can be given to her." Everything in the past was so beautiful, and it was heart-wrenching to think about it. At that moment, a few maids passed by in the garden. Tonight's dinner was really lavish. Miss Collins is so lucky to have so many family members dote on her. Even the gift wrapping paper was studded with crystals. It must have been expensive, right? Mr. and Mrs. Collins were so generous, a private island and the world's largest castle-themed amusement park. Miss Collins' brothers are generous also, making a special trip to give her a surprise and such costly gifts. There were private yacht and private plane. David even gave away his favorite luxury cars, 3 in total. The villa is also quite valuable. I heard it ranks among the world's luxury home. Serena laughed even more bitterly, more painful. Tears streamed down her face, and her heart felt as if it was pierced by 1,000 arrows. The more she laughed, the more she wanted to cry. The more she laughed, the more she felt on the verge of collapse. When her parents were giving Arabella such expensive gifts, did they ever think of their daughter they had raised for 18 years? When Samson was giving gifts to please Arabella, did he ever think of his other niece? And her brothers, usually tied up to work, all managed to find time today just to give Arabella a surprise? As for Hans, a stiff and cold workaholic like him wouldn't make exceptions for anyone. Even if he didn't have work on Christmas Eve, his strict routines would never allow him to be here, let alone fooling around with the other brothers. Let alone the value of the gifts, just the fact that these brothers could spare the time and fly here to give Ms. Collins a surprise, to sing and dance for her, to prepare fireworks for her. These movements are really touching. Isn't that the truth? Having such brothers is truly wonderful. My brother only ever cheats me out of my allowance, and whenever he does something wrong, he would throw me under the bus because he knows our parents dote on me and wouldn't scold me. After all, this is Miss Collins' first time visiting Samson's place, and her first time celebrating Christmas Eve and Christmas. It should be a grand event, shouldn't it? Tears streamed down Serena's face once again, her smile more bitter. She looked more heartbroken. Neither on Christmas Eve nor on Christmas did she receive a gift from her uncle. Considering all the shopping her uncle did with Arabella, she was trying to manage not to feel aggrieved. But did recognizing his biological niece mean that he could abandon her, his adopted niece whom he had cared for 18 years, once and for all? She heard from the maid that her brothers even sang and danced for Arabella. Not to mention the others, even Hans. It was totally out of character for him. What kind of magic did Arabella possess to change Hans so completely that he's willing to do such foolish things? How did she do it? That mom and dad would don Santa suits to amuse Arabella didn't surprise her at all. Yet her uncle, usually so dignified, was willing to go along with it. She was so jealous, so angry. At the dinner table, Arabella said, "I'm full. You guys enjoy. Don't go." David grabbed the hem of her dress. "The concert I invited you to is in 4 days. You'll come, right? Let go, don't ruin her dress." Clark swatted David's hand away. "What's so great about your lousy concert? Bella could learn more by studying in the lab. It's called warming up, rap dopamine, not lousy." David corrected him, "And if this dress can be ruined so easily, it must be the material." "Bella, he's saying the material of the dress you designed isn't good." Chaucel deliberately added fuel to the fire. "What? Bella designed this?" David's eyes widened as he took a closer look. "I knew it. How could there be such a beautiful dress? From the moment I saw this dress, I knew the person who designed it must be very talented, very assertive, very creative. Well, isn't this a lively scene?" At that moment, a melancholy voice came from outside the door. Everyone looked towards the voice, their expressions a mix of surprise and disbelief. "Serena, how come you're here?" Before David could finish his sentence, Serena put on a smile and retorted, "Why should I not be here? Did my presence spoil the fun? What David meant was, you didn't give us a heads up. I could have sent a car for you. Samson immediately ordered someone, bring an extra chair and set of utensils. Serena, you haven't had dinner, right? Come join us. Serena's gaze scanned everyone in the room, finally landing on Arabella. Arabella's eyes were as calm as ever, no surprise, no unease, just looking at her peacefully. For the first time in her life, Serena didn't put on a show in front of everyone, didn't sweetly call out Bella, because she didn't feel the need to humble herself before Arabella anymore. The maid brought a chair. Serena sat down, pouring herself a glass of wine. Serena. Samson was about to stop her from drinking. But Serena chuckled, it's okay. I'm 18 now. This toast is for my mom and dad, my uncle Samson, my brothers, and Arabella, my sister, and to myself. Merry Christmas Eve and Christmas to us all. She drained her glass in one go, setting it down gracefully as if nothing had happened. But those eyes of hers, they looked even brighter than usual, as if they had been washed by tears. Serena, it's not what you think. Louisa wanted to tell her that Arabella had come here to treat a patient at a friend's request, unexpectedly running into her grandmother and uncle. And they had come to visit their mother, not expecting to see Arabella here. But Serena just smiled. Mom, I didn't misunderstand anything. There's no need to explain. I was just bored, because Martin had some work to do and needed to make a trip to Lidaria, so I came with him. You mean, Martin is outside? Now? Kenneth was about to get up to invite him in. I asked him to drop me at the door and told him to leave. How can you not invite him in for dinner when he's already at the doorstep? He could sit for a while before leaving. Kenneth felt somewhat remiss in his hospitality. But Serena just laughed, looking gracefully charming. I didn't even know that you were having dinner here, let alone Martin. It's okay, he had some work to do anyway. Besides, we already celebrated Christmas Eve and Christmas at home. It's good that you celebrated together. Kenneth nodded repeatedly, but felt a little uncomfortable. It seemed like his daughter was blaming them for having a family reunion and forgetting about her. Let's not talk about it now. Serena has been on the plane for 12 hours. She must be starving. Come, have some food. Samson put some into Serena's bowl. Serena looked at the leftover food on the table, her smile deepening. Thank you, Uncle Samson. These are practically untouched. Samson put down his utensils and ordered again. Prepare some more dishes. No need, Uncle Samson. These are enough for me. It's okay. They'll get it done pretty soon. Samson said, not forgetting to urge the staff, try to be quick. It's Christmas Eve. Let the staff have some fun. I've been traveling all day. I don't think I'm able to eat much. Everyone could tell she was unhappy. Arabella stood up. I'll go to my room. Wait, Bella, have you had enough? You haven't finished the soup. Louisa blurted out. And your uncle has prepared some shows. Kenneth kept on, but felt that it was inappropriate to say that at the moment, so he stopped. I'm full. Arabella had wanted to leave before Serena arrived. She wanted to prepare some gifts for the elders and her brothers before they left. She hadn't prepared anything before. Now she wanted to go back to her room, not knowing whether she would make it. Serena thought Arabella was declaring war on her. She smiled and said, Bella, you're not upset because I'm here, are you? If that's the case, then I won't eat from here. I'll leave now. Serena, what nonsense are you talking about? Chaucel spoke up. Why would Bella think that way? I'm just going back to my room to get gifts. Don't overthink it. Arabella left the dining area, leaving a cold silhouette for everyone. Serena felt even more indignant. Why, after everything, didn't Arabella feel at least a bit guilty? She was basking in the affection of her parents, her uncle, and her brothers. Had she ever considered that across the vast ocean, there was a sister in name only, alone without any family? Even when her sister came here, she still remained unbothered, not even showing a hint of kindness. Where was her conscience? At that moment, David, feigning drunkenness, stumbled to his feet. I'm going to wash my face. When I arrived, you are sober. How did you get drunk so quickly? It must be the alcohol. You don't want to see me, right? Serena asked, her smile constant but oppressive. Did you give the concert tickets to Bella? David was taken aback. How did she know? Had she been giving Bella a hard time? Initially, he didn't invite Serena along because he was worried she would overthink things, assuming that everyone was revolving around Bella, neglecting her, not valuing her. Now, his worst fears were coming true. Serena, over the years, David has given you plenty of tickets. Bella just returned to this family. It's not unreasonable for him to invite her to a concert, is it? Chaucel chimed in. Serena's smile deepened. Yeah, if David hadn't sneakily taken those tickets from her to give to Arabella, it wouldn't have been an issue. But what upset her was that David told her there were no tickets, then secretly gave them to Arabella. Wasn't that excessive? Do you think I'm wrong? Serena asked, her smile innocent, but everyone felt she had changed. She was no longer the Serena they knew. She had become somewhat distant. At that moment, an underling briskly walked in, sensing the tense atmosphere. He wisely retreated to one side. What's the matter? Sampson sat in his dining chair, still exuding an air of control. No one could tell what he was thinking. Sir, the 15% share transfer, a Rolls-Royce, a Koenigsegg, 10 downtown shops have all been transferred to Miss Collins' name. This was the gift Darlene's father offered to Arabella as an apology. But to Serena, it sounded like her uncle had given 15% of his shares, 2 luxury cars, and 10 shops to Arabella. Not only did her brothers favor Arabella, but it seemed like her uncle was also playing favorites. Despite their constant assurances of considering her as family, in reality, they only favored Arabella. Also, there are 2 more cars, a Pagani, a Bugatti, 3 villas, and another share transfer, all in Miss Collins' name. This was the compensation Angela's father gave to Arabella. But to Serena, it sounded incredibly sarcastic, as if they were extravagant gifts from her uncle to Arabella. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.